So we want to talk about number 4 now, which is among the 5 things that most couples do every day in the marriage, in the relationship, that is destroying the relationship, not helping the relationship, not making it healthy. And this number 4 can be very, very profound in terms of the negative effect it could have in that relationship, is unforgiveness. Now, as long as you continue to remain with your grudge and then continue to bring past wounds, past hurts, things that have settled and moved on, but every issue that happened that has no relationship with the current issue, you will bring them up. And then you say, well, I've forgiven, but you haven't. It's very clear. Your body language, your attitude, what you say is a proof that you have unforgiveness. And some couples, sometimes they carry what I call unjustifiable grudges. There's no reason to even have any grudge at all, but they just have this grudge. And they carry it everywhere they go. And the entire period in that relationship is just full of sadness, misery, pain. The question I always ask is, if you don't do something about unforgiveness in your heart, in your life, you're in bondage yourself, not just destroying the relationship, but you as a person, him or her, you're in bondage. A self-sabotage of your own personal peace and happiness and freedom. The effects of unforgiveness, even on the person carrying the grudge and the unforgiveness, is a lot. Both scientifically it's been proven. Those affect you. And if you look at your spouse, look at your wife, look at your husband, and the only thing you see is the reason why you shouldn't forgive. Now, I don't know what they've done, but the fact is, as long as you continue with this unforgiveness, do not expect to have a great marriage, a good marriage. Do not expect to have nice and wonderful, peaceful marriage, because you are destroying the marriage by just remaining in unforgiveness. You might be saying, it's my choice to forgive and not to forgive. Yes, you're right. But what about the consequence of your choice? It's not every choice that's positive choice. What about the effect it's going to have in your relationship? Just because you chose not to forgive. You've made up your mind that you remain with your grudges. And sometimes the grudges will lead to silence. You don't speak to your spouse. You withdraw from your spouse. You don't get involved. You don't contribute on anything. And this thing goes on days upon days upon days upon days upon days. And then when you pretend that you're forgiven, you just try to initiate conversation after some time, but you know that there's something within your heart that is still unaddressed. And the unfortunate thing is, sometimes you that is carrying the unforgiveness, your spouse have apologized, and sincerely and authentically, in a very absolute good manner. But because you have this habit of not forgiving. And if you don't forgive, you're in prison that you personally set up for yourself. You've just locked up yourself. Unforgiveness hinders a lot of things. And unforgiveness invites a lot of things that is so unwanted to your marriage, your relationship, because you've chosen not to forgive. So now what's the antidote? You have to forgive. You have to learn to forgive. You have to learn to leave the past behind. That might not entirely be easy, but that's the fact. If you don't leave your past behind, then how do you expect to move forward? Because God has forgiven us. Why will you not forgive freely? Why will you not intentionally and sincerely forgive? Because by remaining in the prison that you set up for yourself with unforgiveness, with hurt, with malice, with withdrawal, with silence, with huge resentment, you can't move forward. So it's your choice to forgive. And forgiveness is freedom from whatever bondage that you have put yourself. So if you don't forgive, then you are destroying your marriage. You are destroying your relationship. You're going to lose the bonding. You're going to lose the connection. You're going to lose everything that makes that marriage work. Everything will be gone because of your constant unforgiveness that you have made almost a pattern and a lifestyle. My encouragement to you today is to forgive whoever you need to forgive. And sometimes your spouse suffers because you've chosen not to forgive maybe a work colleague, a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, a friend, someone, a stranger. And they will suffer the consequences or the activities and the things that you exhibit, even though they were not part of it. So when you don't forgive others, the ones closest to you are mostly the ones that suffer. Have you imagined how life could be if you can just start forgiving and being free and stop bringing up the past that has been settled, but just because of a current issue, the past 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you keep bringing it back over and over again. How do you expect that marriage to work? You are destroying the marriage. So learn to forgive. And I know God will help you. Thank you.